excited. You're going to do a reading for me.
Yeah, I definitely do. You want me to look into like your relationship style, kind of the perfect person for you? Like, what do you want to learn from your chart?
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Okay, great. So basically, you are a Gemini sun, and that is kind of the least important thing about you. That's like what you should gather from astrology is like it's so much more than your sun sign, which is another big reason that men don't really get it because they're like, oh, it's so generic, you know? But the truth of the matter is there's 12 zodiac signs in your chart. So you being a Gemini is kind of like the least important one. It's like the all-encompassing identity. But if you want to look into specific aspects of your personality, that's diving in deeper into your chart. So you are a Capricorn moon, which the moon sign is your emotions in your inner world. And that being Capricorn is very much tied into like, for me to feel stable and secure in my emotions, like everything has to be going well with my business. I want to be working hard. Like, I need to be financially stable. And that's very much tied to your emotions. It's like, I need stability in my life. You're also a Mercury Gemini. So, Mercury is the planet of communication. So your communication style is very similar to like Gemini qualities. You love to like go in different directions in conversation. Like you need a lot of variety in your conversation. And that's kind of your communication style.
Some people find that annoying.
But it's a good thing, you know, like once you realize that about yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm going to try to have as many endearing conversations as possible. And it makes you like more aware of it.
Well, my favorite trump card to play on people, which I also think kind of annoys them, but in a fun way, is, you know, if I do something that maybe they don't like, or, you know, like I'm maybe if I'm moody or if I change my mind on something, I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm a Gemini. Like you're dealing with two different people. So not my fault.
It's a valid excuse. Yeah. No, I definitely think like, you know, you can take the topic wherever and it'll still be like really fun and engaging for you. Like you want to have a lot of variety in your discussions, which is it's fun. And that's perfect for your wife. You know, you need another air sign. If you have a fire sign, they're just going to get sick of it. Like the Sagittarius women, they're like, I can't listen to this anymore. But it's interesting because you are a Leo rising, and the rising sign is the most important thing in your chart because it's what people think of you when they first meet you. It's like the first impression you give people. And yours is a fire sign. You're a Leo rising. So when people first meet you, they think you're super outgoing, like very confident, just like always self-assured in that way. And the rising sign is also what gives you the most happiness in life. So you being a Leo rising means like you love being the center of attention, like you love having the spotlight on you, and that gives you a lot of joy in life. But when it comes to love and relationships, the two most important things are Venus and Mars. So Venus is the planet of love, obviously, and Mars is the planet of sex, pleasure, and like aggression style. So your Venus is in Taurus, and that means like your love language is a lot of sensory things. Like you love going on really nice dinners. You love just like staying at home and watching really great TV and music and stuff together. It's more of like the luxurious love language. So it's very much based on your senses. And your Mars sign is Libra, which means you're not very like confrontational.
Not at all.
You really need a lot of balance. Like when it comes to, you know, your aggression style, like you don't like that aggression. You need it to be more balanced for you to feel.
I mean, that's so spot on. It's like, you know, there's been obviously like if you're listening to this, there's some things you'd be like, okay, well, that could have applied to everybody, but like people are either confrontational or they're not, and I am so not. You know, I was actually I was with you know, like my best friend and my wife last night, and they're kind of meeting for the first time here in Portugal, and they were really bonding with each other because they're very similar. And they're like making fun of me how like they're like, Robbie's the least confrontational person, you know. If he like accuses somebody of something, he'll be like, you're an asshole, but hey, I can see why you did it, and you know, I'm not like immediately giving you like an off ramp to be like, avoid the tension and the confrontation. So,
Yeah, you gotta see both
mhm,
sides. Like, that's how you think when it comes to those
right.
things, yeah.
I think that's a fault a little bit, like something I'm working on. Like I'm working on being more, I guess, assertive in when it comes to confrontation and not giving people like an offer. Like if
Mhm.
someone deserves it, it's like no, like let them answer instead of just making it easy for them. But yeah,
Yeah.
another thing I can just blame on my zodiac. I like it. So
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really cool, like, once you see these things in your zodiac chart and you're like, "That's why," and, like, you're more aware of it so that if you do want to, like, work on those things, then you very much know that it's tied to a certain thing, and that's kind of the root, especially in your childhood of, like, "That's why I was, like, acting that way," you
right,
know? But yeah, I is there, like, any questions specifically you want me to look at? Because that's the major points in your chart, and I think it's really cool seeing, like, your rising sign and finding, like, what brings you the most joy in life, but, that is the majority of, like,
gotcha.
your love languages and communication style and everything.
I mean, you nailed it like completely. So, um, and I'm not just blowing smoke here for anyone listening. Like that's if anyone's listening to this podcast a lot, like they probably kind of get that vibe from me in that sense.